Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and today we're reviewing,
Supergirl.
My Girl, Season 3, Episode 1, Girl of Steel. Um, I guess it paid fan service to all the young women watching the opening scene. You had Mon-El looking dreamy. I guess you could call it that. I wasn't so swayed, but yeah, him and Kara in it going. It's like my initial thought was, where were they? Because I was thinking, right, she's dreaming. She ain't on Krypton, because like I don't know whether they're trying to make out like they were on Krypton, because there was a dirty great like Saturn planet over her shoulder, like a massive planet with like a ring around it, and I was thinking, well, that ain't Krypton.
No, but also it looked kind of like a farm. It was
That's
like
what I
it looked
mean.
kind of like it looked like that JLA trailer that just come out where Lois is looking at Superman and whatnot, and then it's a dream.
Yeah, but you know it's Smallville because it's
So
standing
this
in a
dude ain't dead.
field of corn. Except for this, it looks
It's,
like
exactly, but their issue is that she didn't grow up in Smallville, so they got to set it on some alien planet somewhere, some obscure place.
yeah. I didn't know what they were getting at, and then we saw obviously our mum, who's played by Erica Durant. They switched the actresses around for some reason. Maybe they think enough time's passed that we haven't seen her, so we can just change the actress.
Yeah, without saying it's her mother. I suppose people don't pay that too close attention. If they do, they're going to know who she is anyway, right? So it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
My thing is, why ain't they brought her dad in? Because there's a bit at the end which we'll get to. So I mean, positives. I don't know whether they, because I like Morgan Edge. They've brought Morgan Edge in, and I think that went over the top of my head because I didn't know that. That was a surprise to me. I was like, who's this guy? And then 'cause
Yeah,
obviously I know the actor, and I was thinking, who's this guy meant to be? And it was like Morgan Edge, and it's like, wow, because.
he's our Lex Luthor stand-in for the season, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of happened with Maxwell Lord, because whether that was like, I guess after they went from CBS to the CW, I guess he didn't want to have no part in it or whatever. He's
Oh
like,
yeah, well, also we don't know how their contracts work, or whether he was on more money at CBS and whatnot, or whether they didn't have the budget to bring everyone over, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he just got cut.
yeah, no, that was quite random. So yeah, we've got Adrian Pasdar in as Maxwell Lord. I like his attitude. I like the way.
Not Morgan Edge.
What?
You said Maxwell Lord.
Oh, sorry, Morgan Edge. Whatever, man. I'm confused. Right, so see, I like the way he come across. You know what I mean? I think they're kind of trying to do like a message with him, but I like the fact like later on, like when Bloodsport pops up in his office, I think they could do a kind of intergang thing and do it quite well. It's like from that episode, from the way he was doing it, I was thinking this is legit. You know what I mean?
Right, they could, but and I don't really have a problem with this, but it's just from this episode alone, we have to see whether Intergang come in and whatnot. From this episode alone, he's not really like Morgan Edge. He is like Lex Luthor, at least like the modern day Lex Luthor. He's the head of a business, and he secretly was criminal, right? He's not a gangster like Morgan Edge is at the minute.
Yeah, but like Lex Luthor wouldn't have someone like Bloodsport come up to his office, would he?
Yeah.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
sloppy.
he would. In the comic books, yeah, he would. Lex Luthor is sloppy. He gets arrested and then he breaks out all the time. That's Lex Luthor.
Right. So anyway, I thought it was good. Like
Yeah, he was alright.
so. Yeah, basically, like Bloodsport's popped up. I've got one of his comic books, so I'm kind of aware. So he's kind of popped up, and he like robs a truck, and Clara's still like she's
Kara.
I like angry Kara as opposed to soppy Kara, so I like it when she's like just dashing people about. So yeah, he's going around robbing stuff, and then it turns out it's all part of this plan to steal something else from a military facility. We had like a General Lane Easter egg with what's his name, Hank Henshaw, ringing him up and being like, oh, because like a Daxamite warship pops up, Supergirl gets battered by one of them. Your thoughts?
You know what? I don't know what
in terms of plot, there's like that's why I'm kind of struggling to do this because everything there's a lot of things, but they don't pop up till near the end of the episode, and that's like what I want to talk about.
Yeah, most of this episode is her moping about and them trying to deal with it, right?
Yeah, but it's like good moping. It's like angry moping. Do you know when she like sits there and feels sorry for herself? That's the kind of CW moping that's like, oh. So really, I didn't really notice it that much because she's angry moping, and I like that. And then you got her going around like, oh, Kara ain't nothing special. Kara Danvers sucks right now. Yeah, and then Alex comes out with this batty like, oh, Kara Danvers is my favourite person, and then like,
you know what got me about that scene though, because that was after she quit the damn paper, and you know she'll be back there soon. And apparently Jimmy's running it for 5 minutes.
Next episode.
Is she back at the end of Reddit? Great.
Yeah. So like, I'll see you at work, boss, to Lena Luthor, and then
that's right. Yeah.
A little love heart thing.
So Jimmy's not the boss anyway. But in that scene where Alex comes over, she's like, "What?" She's all angry because she's quit her job. She's like, "You worked for years to be a reporter." No, she didn't.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
She only just decided to be a reporter like last year, out of nowhere.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
it's
absolute crap.
Maybe it's like because it's her true calling. Like even when she was carrying coffee around, that was like reporting. So yeah, Alex is kind of annoying. And then she's doing this. It's like unnecessary drama. Like it's like going on about the wedding and stuff like that. And it's like I don't want to do all the like. They had to go do something like some kind of tasting thing, and she was like, nah, I don't want to go. And then she brings up this shtick about her dad and stuff like that, and then getting Hank to walk her down the aisle instead. It's like they're just it annoys me that I think because I'm gonna go ahead and say it, like they're gay, right? So which which is fine, but I feel like they're centering all the drama, right? They're making like a big deal about that to kind of pip drama, like, oh, nothing goes right for us. It's like if it was Kara and Mon-El, you wouldn't have this shtick going on, but because it's them two, it's like they've always, because they had all the unnecessary drama like last season as well, where like they're flipping like making up and breaking up like every episode, and it's just like, oh, knock it off. And now it just felt like their scenes where they're like and ahhing about the wedding unnecessarily, that didn't need to be in there at all. And it's just like they're making like they're hyping drama off nothing.
It does.
Like, I don't care.
It does seem they like to shoehorn conflict in there.
Yeah.
And they have moved super quick. Within a year, they're getting married, and we know the actress who plays Maggie is leaving. So, how the hell that's going to turn out, I don't know. I don't know why she's always crying about her dad. From what I can tell, the dude's never been around. So, what's the issue with that?
Yeah, just forget about it, man. So yeah, and then it turns out Bloodsport, the stuff that he was stealing, was they all got it wrong. They thought he was going to randomly drop a nuke on National City, but it turns out now he's just going to torpedo the bay in an invisible submarine to kind of make way for Maxwell Lord's
not Maxwell Lord,
Morgan Edge's development program. See, is less of a
which is even that is no, that's Lex Luthor as well. That's the movie. Remember that's his whole thing. It's property development.
Yeah,
that's what the entire plan was.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say about that. I guess I liked it when she lifted the submarine out the water. And really what I want to talk about is that we get our first kind of view of Rain, I guess, the hot girl.
Let's get to that at the end, because I have mixed feelings about that. The some things that really bothered me last year and kind of did this year. I don't mind this being a Supergirl show, I said that before, but when they try and shoehorn her into being Superman, it really frustrates me. Even with this one, now she's the girl of Steel's getting her own statue. Yeah, a bloody lame one.
Yeah, I like the pose, But I was like, I don't know whether it was the quality I was watching it in, but I was thinking, oh, that looks a bit spotty on the CGI there. I was like, is that meant to look like that? And I guess subliminally, I think I was in denial, and I put it down to the video quality I was watching it in, as opposed
it
to
didn't
the
look
bad
right.
CGI. If I watch it on like a proper like 40-inch TV and it looks like that, then it's a problem. But for now.
Yeah, but her saving the people and doing all that crap, yeah, that's kind of cool. I wondered if I might be thinking too much into this. I wondered if maybe that little girl and the woman, her mum, were like Morgan Edge's family, but I might be reading too much into that. Other than that, I think like the villain plot just kind of passed me by. It's more of a villain of the week kind of thing than anyone we're meant to care about.
Yeah, one thing that bothered me, well, it's going to be a recurring thing, isn't it? They're going to keep, Bloodsport's going to keep popping up. My issue was, she's listening out and she finds out where the ship is. She dives into the water. Oh my god, she can't breathe underwater. Like, Supergirl can't breathe underwater? Like, is that a thing? Because in
I suppose it's a thing.
In Smallville, I remember Superman like zooming around underwater and stuff like that. I was
he
like,
does,
what's
but he's super quick about it, isn't he? Superman, yeah, obviously, but I think it's more there for the audience, isn't it? It's like inform the audience she's in danger because she might drown, even though we all know she's not gonna.
Yeah,
it's that kind of thing.
They could have just blew up the missile in her face, and that would have been, oh, she just took a missile to the face. So they didn't even need to put that in. So yeah, you got. Well, my big issue is like the hot chick who's got a kid is going to be Rain, and you kind of. But like,
is she?
Yeah, was
that her? So was that her at the end?
Yeah. The mother's Rain.
I didn't put that together at all.
Yeah, I did, because I remember when I found out, I was like, I wanted to see if the actress was hot, and I was like, yeah, she'll do. But the issue is she's got a kid. It's like, hello. Yeah. It's like, what's going on there then? So we
talked about something.
So is it
the
going
other
to be
day?
Like,
which I think you might be onto something, and I think it might be what you're about to say now. So go ahead.
What, the Davis Bloom thing?
Yes.
Davis Bloom into Doomsday thing. Because I was sitting there and I was like, yeah, she's got a kid. So instantly I thought, right, the kid's going to get, unfortunately, the kid's going to get, like, killed, and then she's going to go on a mad thing. But really all we got was a bit of angry pushing and squeezing the metal a little bit and then looking at the hands. It's like, yeah. And then, so you got that going on. So I'm like, oh, okay, then obviously she's Rain or whatever. What's going on there? Because she's got a kid. It's like, is the kid going to turn as well? It's like, how does that work out? So is it some kind of dormant thing like the X gene where now she's angry, she's going to turn into it? I don't know. But I guess...
which is exactly the Davis Bloom thing.
Yeah, which I guess explains why she's able to like live on Earth for 30 years and nothing happened. Another thing, when the kind of bay blew up, and you saw the rocks coming down, there was like a spaceship in there. You clocked that, right? That's what I mean. Like, so they do a shot underwater and the kind of bay crumbles away, like the rocks go away. They make a proper big deal of it, like they pan the camera down and then the rocks blow away and then you see like a metal ship and then it starts glowing blue. So I thought, oh, maybe that's Rain, and then I was like, no, that girl's Rain. So there's a random spaceship under
could that be her ship?
Under the water. It was glowing blue, because I was thinking that maybe it's hers, and then it started glowing blue. Then I thought Mon-El, because hers was red, wasn't it? They made a big deal about hers being red, so I don't know why they changed the colour of it. So that was real confusing. And then yeah, which is another big point, at the end of the episode, you have her having a dream of Supergirl's mum, and then she turns round and then she's got like the horror face, which is apparently what Rain's going to look like. It's just going to be like because she don't proper look like Doomsday. She just looks like, you played Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she basically looks like a dark elf. You know what I mean? Like the red eyes and the kind of grey skin or whatever. So she basically looks like that. My issue is, right, so they're going to like... is going to turn out that Supergirl's mum was part of the world killer experiment, and that brought in the issue for me of why wouldn't it be her dad? Because in pretty much every portrayal of Zor-El, he's been a bit of an arsehole. So I figured, why wouldn't they have just brought him in? Because
if you were, because it's a show about Supergirl, and I imagine they want to do it more of the maternal thing. So they want it about the mum. Plus, they've got Alex, who's always banging on about her dad, so they can switch between the two.
Yeah, so it's like...
And her dad was Dean Cain, so they kind of got Superman there. So they're going to focus on the mum.
Yeah, so I thought that's a bit batty, because her mum was kind of... No, I don't want to ruin the memory of the mum again. It's like, yeah, the mum kept secrets from her, but I guess that's why they brought a new actress in. That she's obviously going to be a focal point, but I don't know how. Whether she's going to go and talk to that dumb computer thing again or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. So I don't know what that little blue ship's about.
Yeah, that's interesting, because had Monel not come on the show before, he would have been the obvious example. They've already done that. And they did that last season, so I don't know who. Part of me wants it to be Rain, because I don't want someone else popping up from Krypton. It's going to get stupid if people just keep on showing up.
There's another thing I was going to bring up as well. Yeah, I like the thing where Morgan Edge was like left on top of the container ship at the end, but I was thinking, can he like sue her? And another thing is he goes and basically admits it as well, like the proper dumb thing. She's like, I knew you were behind it, and then it instantly just goes, oh yeah, prove it, as opposed to, I don't know what you're talking about, obviously not. It's just like, prove it, like instantly he's admitted it. It's like, I'd be like, look, Supergirl come over, grips me up, and then drop me on top of some container ship in the middle of the ocean. I want 10 grand.
Well, you can't sue her, because officially Supergirl isn't a person, and as far, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'd sue her, even if I did do it, even if I was him and I knew I did it, I'd still sue her. I'd be like, could you imagine? Because what, he's going to have to ride out that ship. It's not as if the ship's going to turn around and go back to port, is it? So like, yeah, and then
how can you sue her though? You can't get her in a court of law. But that scene. That wasn't threatening at all. She needs to work on her angry acting.
She was called as a witness in the Lillian Luther case last season, though. Before, I swear she was. She was called as a witness and like whatever.
She can be called as a witness to testify, but you can't. How can you sue her? You got no proof that she has a bank account. You don't know what her real identity is.
I'd sue the city. I don't know. So yeah, and another thing as well, like when he comes in and he chastises Lena about buying Catco, and then like Kara walks out. Kara gives this really sassy thing. She's like, yeah, I'll leave you to deal with this. And she kind of, I'll be like, who the hell are you talking to? I'll be like, what are you going on about? It's like, that was super like back. I would have backhanded her. I'll be like, what, trying to act like I'm some sort of piece of shit or something.
Well, that is true, but I mean,
that was outrageous.
Obviously, he is a sexist criminal douchebag, right? That's his character.
Yeah, but he ain't done nothing sexist.
Right, exactly. Well, exactly.
He's just a guy.
He made. Obviously, that is who he is. But he made a comment, one brief comment towards Lena at the very beginning, and was kind of douchey. And based on that, now everyone has decided he's an asshole, even though they don't know him.
Exactly. So yeah, and then she walks out, and then she lands. She lands on the balcony and she's like, oh, do you need any help taking him out or whatever? Something like that. Are you done here? And then it's, oh, you've got 100% of my attention. It's like, oh, knock it off. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of annoyed me. I was like, Kara needs to calm the hell down. But yeah, he hasn't really... It's like they label every guy, if he's a villain, instantly as chauvinistic and sexist. It's like he hasn't done anything yet. You know what I mean? It's not like he's come out and been like, oh, forget Supergirl. It's like Superman's better or something like that. If you want the city protected properly, you need Superman. It's not like he's spouting that garbage. And like they've instantly, and then you have the whole Cat Grant being the press secretary. Making jibes about, it's like they need to knock that off as well. Look at ESPN's number. That stuff ain't people are pissed off with that sort of stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, again, it's more of a mess and more of a shuffling with what's going on with Kara's job, though, because now the other guy has gone on sabbatical or something, and it seemed like Jimmy was in charge, but then Lena's bought it, so is she in charge, and now what's Jimmy's job?
yeah.
What does Jimmy do?
Jimmy Olsen's got to be like, I guess is like the main editor, CEO, like Cat Grant or whatever. But like Lena Luthor can't like work at Catco. It's like she runs L Corp. And another thing I thought was funny as well, it's like with the whole Girl of Steel thing, the whole point of her changing Luthor Corp to L Corp is to kind of get rid of that whole Luthor stigma. And then the mayor like announces her. He goes, "Everyone, the CEO of L Corp, Lena Luthor." It's like people ain't gonna put two and two together there. It's like I watched that and I thought, oh, that's a bit of a whoopsie. You know what I mean? It's like, why make this big deal about L Corp and changing the name, and then whatever? It's like that's still...
Why would you do it anyway? The entire concept is stupid. Like anyone's gonna forget Lex Luthor. Yeah. It's so stupid.
Because Morgan Edge made about 20 references in this episode. Like, oh, you're almost as flipping, you're almost as crazy as your brother. You know what I mean? Let's talk numbers.
I mean...
I've got a feeling this is going to be the best season. As long as, okay, I want Maggie killed as early as possible in the next 7 episodes. I want her dead. And
I'm not sure I'd do it. I think that's going to create even more annoying drama if she dies. It's going to be a year of the sister crying, because they basically hinted it in this episode there when you had Kara saying, "What would you do if it was Maggie?" Oh, you know that's coming.
I hope Alex goes cold, and like
she's already cold.
Yeah, but super cold, and it's just like I don't want to talk about it, and then it ain't talked about for the rest of the season. It's like everyone knows it. It's like the elephant in the room, but no one brings it up. I'm hoping that happens. So yeah, but I don't know. This for some reason I really like this episode. I really liked it, but there were a few red flags in terms of like goofy stuff, but that's like the CW anyway. That's like when flipping Oliver Queen was arrowed the helicopter and started flying around the flipping rooftop. You know what I mean? That sort of stuff. So that don't bother me. But for me, I thought it was a damn good episode. I'll give it a 8.5.
I'll give it a 7.5. I thought it was alright. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate watching it. My issues still remain with some of the show. Hopefully they can work those kinks out as we go, but I'm interested with this Rain thing or whatever that one. Is that her name?
Yeah. Well,
I'm interested with that.
The woman's name's Samantha or Sam.
As you do.
And then the creature's Rain. So I don't know. Yeah. Why wouldn't they? I mean, for female villains, why wouldn't they tap General Zod's wife?
Well, because that's more of beating around the bush, isn't it? It's like if you're gonna do it, why not just bring bloody Zod over himself? Just do a Superman show, for Christ's sake.
I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you next week.
I was trying to stay positive.